and welcome to another day back on the boat. This is will be the second video. There was about 3 days material on the first one, mainly because the weather has it's been a little bit challenging. I didn't go out at all yesterday. It was blowing very strong. I came down in the morning to check the boat and everything was moving about on the pontoons. So I had a day doing family things, but today, so far, the weather is looking better. So we're going to try and get out. Well, I will get out, to be honest, but how long is the question? Because if it chops up, as you've seen, real time's not the biggest of boats and you've got to be sensible. I've got a mackerel back there that I caught the other day, and I've also got the creel. Let me show you the creel. That's the new creel. Hope you can see it. Now the plan is to go and find somewhere suitable to drop that, and we'll leave it overnight. I said I'd talk to you a little bit about the creel, and I will do later on as to why I've changed it. So let's get ourselves out, see how we get on. Wish me luck. I'm really pleased you can come along for the second video. Are you level? Who knows on a boat? So before I head out, I just thought I'd tell you something about the creel that I had made. And the reason why I had this made, I explained on another video, but just roughly to recap now. What I wanted was a creel that I could just throw straight over and it'd start fishing. My original creels have got a wooden base and they take quite a bit of soaking before they actually sit properly on the bottom. And if they're not sat properly on the bottom, they're not fishing that much, because the lobsters and crabs don't like things that are moving about. So this is already weighted. I can put it straight in. It's also a much smaller size. It just fits underneath the centre thwart of the boat here. And it makes it very, very easy and compact for travelling, but also just for a small boat like real time. 14 foot, there's not a lot of room in here for creels and things like that. Yesterday, or a couple of days ago, I got, a bit of guts, I got a mackerel. So we're going to be putting not a very fresh mackerel into here and leaving it overnight, just seeing what we can get. I'm hoping that the weather will play ball and I can go and get this again tomorrow. The wind may push in which case I'll just have to leave it. Fingers crossed it stays out there and doesn't get lifted by anybody else or get lost in a wave or something. That's all part of the risk of it all, and part of the fun as well. So I've worked out the tides. I know what depth I'm going to drop it in. We've got the marker buoy. It'll all sort itself out. So I'm going to head out, drop the creel, show you dropping the creel, and then we'll go and see about doing some fishing. It's starting to rain a bit. I did put the drone up. It's not as nice as it was the other day, but I'm enjoying myself, so that's the important thing. Let's get out there. Okay, so I found my spot. There's no other commercial creels around here. Just get that bait bag open. We just get stinky mackerel in. Just let some juices out. So that can go in there. That pulls around and that tightens up. Okay, so just checking the depth and where we are. Be putting a mark on that, get a couple of bearings, make sure the feet are nowhere near the rope, and over she goes. Catch me a lobster or a crab. There it goes. Now it's going to keep going down, and I've got about 3 meters of tide coming up today, so that's why I've left a bit of length on my rope there. And we'll come back tomorrow morning about the same time. It's about 20 to 9 now, so we'll come back about the same time and check it out. So the only thing we've got to do now, I just loop round with the boat and put a mark on that with the navionics so I can find it again. So I've put 2 waypoints, one in the Garmin and one in the navionics. So I'm just going to label them now, and we can come back and find it tomorrow if it's horrible. So I got the first mackerel of the day, but this one's going back, definitely. That is tiny. It is, in fact, it's 24 centimetre. So that one can go back. Away it goes. Now, where's my towel? They do need to be bigger than that to keep. I guess it would have made quite nice bait, but I don't like taking them when they're that small. It's not on really, is it? I think we've got a better mackerel here. Yes, we have. Oh, nice fish. Very nice mackerel. Yes, I think we'll keep this one. It is a lovely size. Good one. I shall just sort this out. So that can be either an eating mackerel or something that ends up as bait. I do need some bait. So nice to hook into a better mackerel. That first one was really small. You can't take them when they're like that. Well, I can't anyway. It seems that the mackerel are definitely not shoaled up. They're just the odd one here and there. But you never know. If we can get a few more, then I'll go off and we'll do some bait fishing. We might anchor up and see if the bullhuss are around or something like that. You never know. Right, it's the rain's coming down now, so I'm going to head further back towards Falmouth. Let's get you level. Head towards Falmouth. It looks very wet over in this direction. I've just tucked you inside the cuddy, so we'll make our way back. It may be just a passing shower, but we'll head up this way. And we've got some bait now, so we'll go and see what we can do. Catch you in a bit. What I'm going to try now is, we're on shingle and sand and it's very flat, so I'm going to do a drift and I'm going to use the old fluke dowser, and it's just got the it's like, basically it's a flatty rig, and I've just got it baited with a couple of bits of mackerel, and I'm going to let plenty of line out and just let it drag, and that can be fishing as we go here on a drift. So I'm working the drift out, going to head back up that just a little way, and then it's a nice flat area here, and we're going to try that. So we'll head back that way and lower it down, see what happens. You always got to try something new. I've never done this here. I've done the fluke dowser back up at home. I think what we're looking at here is nice sandy ground. I hope so, otherwise I'm going to lose it. I don't want to do that. It certainly looks very flat on the sounder. Right, let's do it. Let's lower it over. I'm letting plenty of line out to make sure it doesn't lift up as we drift. I think we've got about half a knot adrift. Yes, I can feel it on the bottom. Don't know, just give it a try. That's all you can do, give it a try, see what happens. Something might pick it up. Now I've just set it on the ratchet there. So if anything grabs it or it gets stuck, we'll get a bit of a rattle from it. So I'm mapping it on the avionics, making a bit of a route. All looks flat on the sounder. So whilst that's fishing, what should we do? We send the feathers down again. I haven't seen anything on the bottom, but we might as well be fishing 2 rods, eh? Just moved you across the way so you can see more of the action. The forecast today was that it was going to be drizzly, and it's got that bit right. I had quite a bit of rain when we were coming up from the other mark where we got the mackerel. As you can see, one of the mackerels down here on the chopping board for bait. I might save the tail half of it, and we may go and anchor a bit later on. I'm just trying all sorts of stuff really, just to see if anything happens. It'd be lovely if we could catch something like a plaice or a sole. Things that I don't generally get up in the northeast of Scotland. We do have sole up there, but I've never caught one. But they might be here, you never know. Right, I think we're snagged. So I'll wind this in and see if I can do something with it. So I reckon I'm pretty sure that's not a fish. Oh, it doesn't break. I don't want to lose it. Come on. Well, something's given. Oh, and it's starting to rain as well. Let's see what we've got back. Probably not a lot. Let's see if we've been lucky. Okay, what's happened now? So, the fluke dowser. I've got one hook there. I've got the stainless steel back. I've got the other trace, but I've lost a hook. I'm going to have to do some repairs, and then we'll send this back down again, have another try later on. For now, I think I'm going to get the spin rod out, and I'm just going to tuck around the other side of the headland there, see if we can get a little bit of shelter, and perhaps the sun will come back out, you never know. I think I've got something on the jig rod. Oh, it's a mackerel. Another small mackerel. Too small, it can go back. I was just on this jig. I was trying this Cedra 30 gram. We'll try that again, see if there's some bigger ones. I think I've got a tip wrap. Have I? Yeah, I got myself tangled up here. There you go, another Tangle UK. That's it, job done. Let's send that back down again. Same fish, different methods really. So that's on a jig down at the bottom. Are we on the bottom? Yes, we are. Thought I got it stuck then. So this is just a light rod and the jig, and that fish should have been right on the bottom. I thought, because I'm quite close in, I thought we might have had a wrasse. That'd be great. Anyway, let's keep fishing and let's see what happens next. So a little bit of a change of plan. That's the theme of the day. The rain started coming over, so I thought I'd like to shelter in the cuddy. So I've come further up the river, where I'm about at Messac Buoy, up in the estuary here, and I've anchored and I've put out a rig for the bullhuss. So it's a running ledger and it's a nice big piece of mackerel. Just got a bit of a weight coming across here for us to bounce on. So I'm going to enjoy a coffee and perhaps we can get a thornback ray or a bullhuss or something. So we just got bait on the bottom. The boat seems to be behaving in that there's just a bit of wind coming this way and it seems to be fairly settled. Sometimes if there's wind and tide, it kind of hunts around and is constantly pulling on the line. Once that mackerel's gone, we're out of bait. So it'll be time to go hunt mackerel again. I've just played that back twice, caught a fish, no microphone. It makes you mad, makes you absolutely mad. Twice now. I'm sure I turn the microphone on for all the rubbish that I say to you, and when I get a fish on, I haven't got the microphone on. Never mind. Small bullhuss, and it went back. I'm really sorry that I didn't get the microphone on. I need to look more, but anyway, I'd got the receiver on, but I hadn't turned this on, or if I had, the little buttony thing hadn't engaged properly, whatever. What you have to do is press the buttons and hold them for about 3 seconds before the light comes on. So you're going press and hold on here, press and hold on there, then you've got to turn the camera on, and all the time you're trying not to lose the fish. So doing everything left-handed with the fish and right-handed, trying to get all these microphones on. Moan, 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 but I think it's justified. So apologies. I hope that hasn't spoilt the video. As I said on the last video, I'm going to try not to make a habit of this. Sorry folks. Microphone receiver on, little blue light on. We're in business. I think we just had a little bit of a tug on this. Occasionally it's just due to the boat swinging around a bit. We're definitely not moving at anchor, which is good. So I just picked up a little bit of weed on that. So the rig is kind of quite simple. You've got a running ledger there, a piece of wire trace, a nice sized hook and a piece of mackerel, and that's basically all I'm using on this. So give it a lob out, just stick the clicker on and just pop that in there. Let's see if we can get another bullhuss. Right, I'm going to turn the microphones off, turn the camera off and try and remember to turn it back on if we get some more action. It's just about to turn the camera on, haul in a good fish, and it's bitten the hook off. We've got a really good pull on the line. It's bitten through the wire trace. I can't believe that. I'm going to put a new hook on and we'll start again. It's annoying, but it's just the way it is. It infuses me if there's something big enough to bite the wire trace off. I don't think the first fish and unhooking the first fish would have upset it. What's going on here? I think that's just the boat swinging. I've only just cast that out. We'll give that a bit of slack. Yeah, you'll see a definite bounce when it's a fish. So yeah, frustrating, but that's the way it goes. That's fishing for you. Yeah, it could have been a huss, could have been a ray. There you go. Hey ho, let's keep fishing. Bring you back when there's something going on. I thought it might be interesting just to see if there's anything in the creel, as it's been here all day and it's not too far from the marina, so I thought, well, I'll just lift it and we'll have a look. In neutral. Here we go. A couple of velvet swimmers. So just the swimmers in here. Right, let's pop back onto the mark. No point putting 2 marks down. And this can go back here. Right. Just checking the microphone's on. Well, it's been an interesting day. We haven't blanked. We've had some mackerel. We had a nice big chunky one that we've been using for bait. We had 2 really small ones. I know a lot of people would have taken those. I didn't want to, so I put those back. They can live to swim another day. Little bull huss, which is brilliant. Something much bigger. I don't know why the trace looked like it had been bitten through. So it could have been a bigger bull huss, it could have been a thornback. The final thing was to see if we could lift the creel and if there would be anything in it, and there was. There was velvet swimmers. Not quite what I was after. I've been out since 7 this morning, so it's a long day out for not an awful lot of fish, but I've had a cracking time. It's been really good. I hope you've enjoyed coming along on it. We will put this together as a video. I'm sorry there isn't loads and loads of fish for you to see, but you know, it's a good time out. You just have to make the best of the weather windows, and it has been a little bit windy today. It's meant that I've had to stay further in, really. I would have liked to get back out onto wrecks and things, but that's for another day. So for now, tight lines from me. Tail wag from Dee, who's back at the ranch. Thank you for coming along today, and I'll see you on the next video, whenever that might be. In a couple of days' time, maybe. Who knows? See you later.